Okay guys, so I already did a video on the Joint Forces mission against the Super Saiyan Goku fight, so it only seems fair that I go ahead and tackle the other mission associated with the fight, which is to beat it within 10 turns. I promised I would do that in the other video, and I am going to do it right here in this video. So this is the team I'm going to show you guys, and I'm actually going to do it without taking any of the new LRs from the whole Worldwide Celebration. So as far as the team I have built here, we see of course BROLY. BROLY with the EZA, he is a nice leader for movie bosses, so I am taking him for that reason. Plus, he is going to be facing a Super Saiyan Goku, so that works out for him in terms of his kit and everything. We also have the Tech BROLY EZA right here, of course, with the LR. We have the Super EZA SGR BROLY. His Super EZA just dropped last night, so I do have it up and running, already completed. He's 55%, but we do have that up and running, so that's going to be a nice blessing for us as well. We also have the BROLY trio because they are a movie boss character. Turles right here with the Turles army because he fits the planetary destruction and everything, so that works too. And also, we do have Tech Janemba. So this is kind of an interesting choice right here, but I do think Tech Janemba in the right positions can basically survive anything that kind of goes his way, so I think all things considered, it will work out for him. Now, I am obviously not taking any sort of Tech Carnival LR Brolys or anything like that on my side of the team. However, I will be taking basically a friend Tech Carnival LR Broly because that's what the game is going to recommend, and that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. Because, I mean, realistically for you guys will also have access to the friend leads even if you guys didn't pull the new LRs. And I hope you guys did, of course, but if you didn't, I mean, friend leads are going to be a nice kind of asset to take advantage of. There's a massive motorcycle that just drove by, so hopefully that didn't pick up on the mic. But, yeah, if you guys didn't pull Broly or anything like that, you guys can take advantage of the friendly for that sort of reason as well. Okay, so how do we want to set this up? So the first thing to do, of course, is to let Broly kind of sit in the front there. Well, actually kind of, I mean, based on the way things are kind of floating here, I really should float off the other Broly. I should keep the Int Broly on rotation here. We'll get these kind of minor orbs. It's not the biggest deal for here. Int Broly can go ahead and take those orbs, and then the Tech LR Broly right there at the end, he can just kind of do whatever. Now, when it comes to the Super Saiyan Goku fight, I already broke this down in my last video on the Joint Forces mission, but to kind of reiterate how the fight works. There are 3 phases to the fight. So the first phase right here, against the whole Super Saiyan trio, Goku, Gohan, and Trunks, they are immune to sealing, they're immune to stuns, they're immune to attack and defense down. Also, they can lower our defense with their super attack effect. So we have to be kind of careful with them. They are like a typical kind of boss design. We just have to beat them basically one-on-one straight up. We can't use any sort of gimmicks to really get the edge above them. We really just kind of have to beat them straight up. So we should be able to do that with this team. Obviously, a lot of Brolys here, they are all pretty powerful. Even the Int Broly EZA, though a lot of people don't like his EZA, and I myself have issues with it. Against this type of fight, he is great because he's fighting, you know, movie heroes and whatnot, so he's getting a lot of his passive unlocked. In fact, he may get all of his passive unlocked because there is a Super Saiyan Goku on this unit kind of description, so there is that maybe as well. But realistically, you know, with Broly, he's going to be eating good. You know, the Tech Carnival LR Broly, even though it's the friend one, he's going to be fantastic. The Tech LR EZA Broly, he's going to be good. The Super EZA Broly, by the way, he's going to be kind of special. I think he'll be very special because for a couple things. One, he has an AoE, which we'll see is very important for Phase 2. Also, he has the ability to get a lot of damage reduction and stat boost, and also he can support allies, which means the other Brolys can do a lot more damage. So all of that can kind of add up really nicely, and that's something we do want to take advantage of in this sort of fight. Now, of course, you know, there are some other kind of question marks. Of course, you know, one is like the Broly trio. You know, Broly trio, people kind of look at them and like, really, you want to take that kind of unit? Yeah, they have flaws, they have problems, but at the same time, they also can do a lot of work, and the thing about them is, really, their work is just predicated on them getting orbs. If you get those 7 orbs, they're fine, it really doesn't matter, there's no sort of dodge nullification in this fight, so the Broly trio has nothing to be worried about, as long as you get those 7 orbs. Now, without those 7 orbs, you are basically leaving everything up to fate, you're leaving it up to chance, and if they don't dodge, then they're going to be cooked. It's just the way the game works, it's just the way they work. It sucks, but that's just the way they are. Now, with the 7 orbs, again, you're fine. No dodge, no nullification for dodging. They're going to be perfectly A-okay. So, nothing to really concern yourselves with as far as they're concerned. Turles as well, I mean, he works well with a lot of planetary destruction characters, which, lo and behold, all of these Brolys happen to fit onto planetary destruction, so that works out perfectly. So, Turles is going to be doing just fine. The Super EZA Broly, of course, he is doing his thing right now. 5 million from him doesn't seem like a lot, right? It does seem kind of pathetic. But trust me when I say that he's going to get built up. The Super EZA Broly, he starts off kind of slow, but give him like a couple super attacks, let him get cooking, and then obviously with a super attack effect, he'll be raising attack for 3 turns. He can get to some pretty decent damage output kind of stats. Now, is he the greatest damage dealer? No, I don't believe so. I don't think anyone will say that. But he does have a lot to offer. Now, of course, we are into Phase 2 of the fight. I already kind of blitzed through Phase 1 pretty easily. Phase 2, we see we are getting kind of jumped by the 4 guys right here. Gohan, Trunks, Piccolo, and Vegeta. Now, I did kind of, again, explain this in greater detail in the last video, so I do recommend that if you guys want to, like, get a more in-depth, clear-cut, like, simple kind of breakdown. But when it comes to these guys, they all are designed differently. They have different kind of mechanics and gimmicks, so we do want to be careful about how we kind of approach them, right? For Gohan, he does get extra defense because Piccolo is there. He's immune to sealing, he's immune to attack and defense down. We can stun him, however, so that's something we want to bear in mind. For Trunks, he can seal us with his super attack effect. Also, he's getting additional attack boost because Vegeta is alive right there, and he's able to be stunned and able to be hit with defense down, but he cannot be sealed and he cannot be hit with attack down, so bear that in mind. Piccolo, he is able to stun with his super attack effect, so that can be rather annoying, of course. He is also able to recover his HP, he's immune to seals, he's immune to stuns, he's immune to attack down, so typical kind of things there. And then for Vegeta right at the end there, Vegeta is the typical kind of boss of the phase, right? He's immune to seals, he's immune to stuns, he's immune to attack and defense down. He's got the works, right? Also, he's getting 30% to his stats for both attack and defense because Trunks is alive. So basically, the key here is to get rid of Trunks. That's the key. That's the main key, I would say, is to get rid of Trunks first. Once you get rid of Trunks, then Vegeta becomes weaker. That's like one issue kind of out the gate, or out of the way, I should say. And then aside from that, you know, then we can kind of focus on Piccolo, I would say, or Gohan, depending on how things kind of flow from there. So let's go ahead and get into beating up Trunks real quick. Just kind of get rid of him. And actually, we aren't able to get a lot of things going for Janemba. We are able to get like the extra kind of support for him with the other extreme class allies, which is nice. But no rainbow orbs for him. That does mean he's not getting his damage reduction. It's only 30% to be fair. But still, that damage reduction does mean something. It would have been nice to have. So that does kind of suck. Also, we didn't get the whole kind of what do you call it, the action break right there. So that kind of did suck, I guess, for Trunks there. But it's fine. Not really a big deal. 13 million, damn. The friend Broly going crazy right now, of course. I mean, this is still not like his peak potential. Obviously, Broly does stack attack with his 18 key, which is that AoE, so he could be doing more and more damage. But still, that is pretty good. Obviously, we're at turn 3 already in the second phase, so we're kind of going through this pretty quickly. Now, this phase is probably, I would say this phase is the longest of all of the 3 phases in the fight, because you're dealing with 4 characters here, so there obviously is a lot of characters to beat down and stuff. If you don't have AoEs like the Tech Broly or the Super Easy A Broly on the other kind of side of the rotation, you are kind of finding yourself in a position where it takes longer and longer to break everyone down. Now with the AoEs, it does become easier. With all the damage output these guys have, it is becoming easier. But yeah, you guys know what I'm saying. Basically, without AoEs, this can be the longest phase in the fight. And actually, with the AoEs, we're kind of blitzing through this. We already got rid of Trunks. Gohan gonna do a super right here. This shouldn't do anything, really. 60k, actually, it did more than I gave credit. I thought it was gonna do like basically like double digits. But it did some damage. I'll give credit to Gohan where it is due. Now, Janemba, this is actually one where I'm kind of scared. I did think he would be a good support. I figured, you know, he could survive some things. This, I'm actually kind of scared of, because I don't know how he'll do here, because this super could kill him. 420k. It did not kill him, because he has guard, of course, but still, that is a lot of damage. I mean, to be fair, Janemba is a 3-year-old unit, actually more than 3 years old, I believe, so he is very much due for an EZA. Maybe we'll get that, you know, in a hopefully near future. But, you know, for the time being, he still has a lot that he's missing, so that is, those are all kind of things that we have to watch for. Gosh, I really don't want to keep Broly Tree on the front there, but the way things are setting up, this is kind of what I have to do. So, I guess let's go ahead and at least try to get rid of Piccolo with all the kind of output that they're going to be doing. We'll also go ahead, I guess, and, I mean, how do I want to approach this? The better thing to do, the smarter thing to do, really, is to keep the Tech Broly on rotation, because that way at least he's more consistent in terms of his damage output being like crazy, so I can't do that. I should have taken those rainbow orbs. That was a mistake on my part. But I think in the grand scheme of things, that's going to be okay. We'll go ahead and focus on Piccolo a bit more. We did get a couple rainbow orbs to support, not as much as we would have liked, but still, something is better than nothing. So, really, we should be okay. 29.5 million from the Broly Trio. Now, my Broly Trio, I don't believe they're rainbowed. I actually don't even remember how many dupes they do have in them. I think they're like a 90% kind of a hidden potential system there. But 18 million right there, almost 19 million. The support from the Super Easy A Broly is making a difference, because basically they are able to do a lot of attack and defensive kind of boost with the rainbow orbs that they're obtaining, or that the Super Easy A Broly is obtaining. He can give a lot of attack and defensive boost to extreme class allies, and also to super class allies as well. Well, super class allies, I should say this properly. Super class allies, he's giving like 10% attack boost right there with every rainbow key sphere he's obtaining. For the extreme class allies, he's giving attack and defensive boost for extreme class allies with those rainbow key spheres. So the support is better for villains, of course. And I mean, we're seeing that right now with all the damage output these guys are doing. The Broly Trio, the Tech Broly right here, they're cooking. They're going crazy. We might actually get rid of Piccolo right here with Broly, of course. Yeah, 24 million. That's going to definitely wipe out Piccolo. Goodbye, Piccolo. And that just leaves Vegeta. Now, I think we're on turn 4, right? So turn 4, we are already blitzing through this. And I mean, it's kind of crazy how like part 2 or so, like when this kind of fight first came out, this was actually a lot harder because obviously if you didn't have the if you didn't have a Tech Carnival LR Broly, you were kind of forced to use the team I'm using, but you didn't have that super easy A Broly for another kind of AoE and support and everything, so you were kind of a bit slower in that sense as well. But obviously with that super easy A, he is making a fair bit of difference. I do have a plan to make a video on him specifically, just talking about what he can do and kind of just looking at how his performance kind of works. But yeah, he's awesome. I hope you guys have had a chance to use the Super Easy A on Broly yourselves. I hope you guys have Broly to even get the Super Easy A, because he's been a blast. At 55%, he's been a blast. I've seen some people just been so high on him, being at like a 100% system and everything. You know, people have been so in love with that Super Easy A, and I'm so glad for it because he's been done justice. Overall, the Easy A's have been done really nicely over the whole kind of worldwide celebration. I mean, I do wish there were more kind of Easy A's. I wish the Broly Easy A was not as limited in terms of category restrictions. But still, overall, they've done a good job in terms of the quality of the Easy A's, and Super Easy A Broly is another one on that sort of list. So, there you go. 12 million from Broly. Of course, Broly able to stack his attack heavily, so that is, of course, what allows us to see a lot of damage. His defensive stacking is a problem. It's not as good as his attack stacking. But, you know, between whatever defense he is stacking plus a damage reduction, he should be okay. And actually, we may have a chance to get past Vegeta within this turn. It depends on how much Turles is going to do. 11 million. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Turles may do an additional super, but I don't know if that on its own, the 18 key, is enough. Actually, I think that might be... No, it's not. Okay, and he didn't do an additional. I thought he could have, but no. Okay, so, I mean, the best thing to do here is... Actually, what is the best thing to do here? I guess the best thing to do, is it actually to just let Janemba kind of tank that? I guess it is. We'll let Janemba tank that. He will get the support right there. We'll let Broly take those orbs right there, and then we'll let Broly Trio kind of chill right there. Now, you might be wondering, why didn't I just put Tech Broly in the front? For those who don't know, Tech Broly, with the whole kind of like Easy A and stuff, he has a lot of nice defensive capability in the second or third slot, because his defensive capability comes after he does his super attacks, not before. So, we do have a problem with Broly where he doesn't have guard in like the first slot before he does his 18 key super. Those kind of things can be problematic. So, yeah, I didn't really want to trust him on the first slot. Of course, Janemba did take some hits, but we still were fine. We're still making it out. Alright, now we are into Phase 3. Phase 3 against Super Saiyan Goku. On turn 7, I honestly thought we would get there a bit faster, but turn 7, you know, that still leaves us 7, 8, 9, and 10 for the turns to kind of beat the mission. Of course, I already beat the mission, so you won't see it completed when I do it, but still, this should be perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and activate this. That way, Broly can do some more damage himself. And then actually, I'm going to go ahead and take these orbs for the healing, of course. We'll take those int orbs as well for more healing. And then afterwards, ooh, that's a beauty. Is that all rainbow orbs? Please be all rainbow orbs. Oh, they're not giving me all of it, but that is okay. We're all still going to get a lot of it. We'll take that healing as well. 4 rainbow orbs, that's typically what you will find. It's hard to get 5, but you know, that's still going to be really nice, of course. Also, Goku, I didn't even talk about Goku, what he can do, of course, because I just got so into it. How did Goku just stopped air? That's crazy. 27k. Yeah, that's not enough, Goku. He's going to get stronger the more we hit him, of course, but yeah, that's not enough on its own. Now, to talk about Goku as we try to blitz through him, right? He's immune to stuns, he's immune to seals, he's immune to attack down, but he's not immune to defense down, so we can debuff him there. But also, with each attack he is receiving, he is increasing his own attack by 7% up to a maximum of 150%. So, if we take too long against killing him, if we take too many like regular normal attacks that don't do damage, Goku will ramp up significantly, and every single turn he shows up, he is doing one attack, and that one attack is the super attack, which will greatly lower his own defense, but it will also cause mega colossal damage. Jeez, I can't talk right now. But, you know, Goku, he is basically built to be like the ultimate nuke. Like, that's the point of him, is he builds up, he gets stronger, then he'll just completely destroy you in one blow. So, we have to be efficient, we have to be strong, we have to be fast about this, and I mean, really, so far, we're just cooking. We're handling business. 26 million. Damn. Okay, Broly is going crazy. I mean, if Broly needed to, like, show up and show out to say, like, hey, I'm still good, this was his moment, right? This was the moment. We didn't even let the Super Easy A Broly cook that much. I don't even think he got himself built up nearly enough as he wanted to. But still, I mean, there's that 8 million right there. Obviously, raising his attack for 3 turns means that every super he's doing is allowing him to kind of build himself up. One more. Broly, the Super Easy A, coming in for the kill. Super Saiyan Goku, get out of my face. Get out of my face. You are not that guy, pal. You are not that guy. Go ahead, go into heaven, come back and learn how to become a Super Saiyan 2 so that you can handle this boy. Alright, so that was kind of fun, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't expect us to kind of blitz through Goku that fast. But there you go, that's how you can obviously beat the mission. Now, I do want to reiterate, I did not take a actual kind of new LR from the whole Worldwide Celebration. I didn't take my own Carnival LR Broly, I didn't take any sort of Int LR Broly, which I don't have, but I didn't find them or take them or anything. I took just a bunch of old units with EZAs and stuff. So of course, Int Broly with the EZA, him being on the Super Saiyan Goku fight, he's great for this fight. The Tech Broly LR EZA, he's great as well. The Super EZA Broly with the support and everything, he's fantastic. Broly Trio, they had some nice moments here and there. Obviously, the dodging is important for them, so you have to prioritize the orbs. Turles, with this kind of setup with all the planetary destruction characters, he is able to kind of chill and really kind of handle his business pretty nicely, and so obviously you do want to float him off most of the time, but still he's pretty good. And then Janemba. Janemba is probably one of, if not the weakest links on this team. And obviously we saw him take some significant damage here and there, but you know, the way the fight works with all the AoEs and everything, you should be in a position where basically you don't need to necessarily worry about Janemba being hurt that much. Now, if Janemba is if he is in any sort of position where a lot of attacks are gunning for him, then I would say you should probably prioritize your attacks to kind of take out the opponents where they're going to hit Janemba, so that way you can try to protect him as much as possible. Obviously, Rainbow Key Spheres will give him damage reduction, which I didn't really get for him, so those types of things will help. Obviously, though, this is a pretty simple mission, especially compared to the Joint Forces category mission. That was a nightmare. This is a blessing. This is so easy, especially if you have Brolys like these guys right here. In any case, that's going to do it for the vid. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like down below. Also, subscribe to the channel as well, and comment down below how you guys have been enjoying the Worldwide Celebration. We're almost to the end now, so let me know in the comments down below how you guys have been enjoying it, and feel free to check out some of the other vids on my channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.